Hey y'all, welcome to Lovely J Podcast. It's been a change in my plans for today. Well, not really. I just gotta add some things to my plan. But anyway, I'm sitting here doing my hair, get ready to go somewhere. I already been having chest pains today. And I woke up with this sharpness of somebody did something to my back. And I say somebody did something because that's the way it feels like. I don't never have problems until it's just certain things that are said. After they're said, that's when the problems come. Like somebody said, "Oh, can you do your leg like this?" And I said, "No, I really can't do my leg like this." Next thing you know, that's when it got when I couldn't walk. Same person comes back and say, "Oh, you got a pretty hairstyle. Your hair is pretty." After they told me that, now my hair falling out. How would y'all feel if every time somebody complimented you, something happened to the very thing that they complimented you on? Now, maybe it's just me. Am I thinking too much of it or what? But from what I have calculated and what I have viewed, that every time a certain person compliments me on something, and mind you, they're not even a person that compliments themselves. So they don't even compliment their own children. So, I mean, I'm serious. This person don't even compliment their own children. Never tell them how nice they look. Always tell them how bad they look. But go compliment me. And then next thing you know, my hair start falling out. Y'all don't find that strange? My hair was doing good. It was just starting to get back. It was just starting to get back growing. And now all of a sudden, it's falling out. I've already prepared my mind for the best, no matter what happens. I'm just preparing my mind for the best. That's all I can do. I can't stop people from doing what they do. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, those of you, if you know what a target individual is, then you know that it's a program that you're in, you're in it so you can be tortured. And they usually have your family members to do the torturing. They pick on your religious practices or your belief systems. They prey on everything about you. They learn what makes you float. They learn the things that give you life, and then they mock you for it. Yep. Then they mock you for it. After they mock you for it, they make sure that you feel bad about being who you are. They take parts in the harassment. Could be color-coded harassment. It could be car harassment. It could be something simple as walking in a store. You can get harassed just for walking in a store. For me, I could tell every time when there's a switch in things, they go after my health. My health has not been the best, and I just, suck up a lot of what I'm feeling. But today I'm feeling a lot of chest pain. And I know it's coming off of whatever they did because probably got hit with some lasers. The chest pain is in my back and in my left breast. But my focus is, though, what I'm saying is that certain things don't happen to me until a certain person compliments me on something. That's the pattern that I have found to be, that I have found where things happen every time this person compliments me on something. And it could be something simple. I mean, it ain't gotta be nothing big. It could be something simple. But if they compliment me on it, I know that something is getting ready to happen in that same area that they complimented me on. So I was already prepared for the hair to fall out. Because like I said, mind you, this person don't even compliment themselves, their children, or nobody else. They full of themselves. And don't want nobody to be happy because they miserable. Miserable. My God. If you want to know the family members that are miserable, pay attention to the ones who keep stuff going. Who just, they so miserable they can't help but pick on you. Because they want you to feel what they feel. They don't realize you probably will never feel what they feel because you're not a horrible person like they are. My chest is hurting. But yeah, my hair has been falling out for the last, since last Thursday. I went to do my hair and just wads of it started dropping off the ends of my hair. Oh. My stuff has been tampered with, moved around. My samples and things. That's why I don't get attached or close to these samples. I do the job that I'm supposed to do. And after I do the job that I'm supposed to do, I know that there's a chance that the samples are going to be tampered with once I finish my job. So I go ahead and do the best I can whenever I am doing the videos. And I move forward like that. I don't have a choice. Because anytime the law allows people to come in your house and mess up your stuff, I mean, I'm not going to stress myself out over physical things. Over these materialistic things. I'm not going to do that. Now, I don't like that it happens like that, and I don't like that I have to feel like that. And I don't think for 1 minute that I'm just giving up or I'm being passive about it. I'm a constant work in progress, and I'm a constant fight in progress in a good way that I do it by faith and prayer that these same people who keep doing these things, that hopefully they have a conviction on their heart and realize, hey, it's just not worth me going to hell, doing something to somebody else or having a black heart. Just not worth it. You don't have to have a black heart. You don't have to do what these people are telling you to do to others. At some point, you need to have a mind of your own and decide, I want better. But you can't have better if you are doing other people wrong. I understand when at first you didn't know better, or that was your way of life for the moment, and you were struggling, and somebody approached you, hey, do you want to make a little extra cash? That's one thing. But once you realize that you're hurting another soul, another human being, you ought to want to straighten up. If you're any kind of respectable person, you should straighten up and say, oh man, I know I hurt that family, but I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to be better. Because that's the only way you can be better, is through forgiving yourself for what you've done and to stop making others feel bad, doing things to others. That's the only way. I don't know what I want to put on and wear for today. I'm getting ready to go to a softball game, and I don't know what to put on. I gotta put these pants on. I really don't wear them like that. Yeah. I'm going to keep right on being the good person I am. I had one of my granddaughters came and they told me, they said, Grandma, I be trying to do good. I be doing people good and treating people good. But they turn around and they hurt me. Or, they pick on me. They do things to make me feel bad. And I said, well, baby, don't you know that when you love Jesus Christ and you love God, that's what happens? But you don't, she said, I'm going to do to them what they do to me. I said, but that's not who you are. I said, would you feel comfortable doing what they do to you? Would that make you feel better? Or will it make you feel worse? She said, yeah, you're right. That's not who I am. And that's the way I have to look at these situations that keep coming at me. That's not who I am. I know they trying to push my buttons and make me angry. But you know what, though? When I was a child, I act like a child. When I was young and getting in all them fights and made that name for myself, Mike Tyson, or made the name for myself, that girl jump on you, beat you up. When I was that age, I was getting bullied. I was getting raped. I was being molested. That's why my actions were like that. I didn't have no peace within because I had suffered from all of this trauma that was going on. Didn't even know the name of it was trauma until, I heard trauma and I thought about, China Beach. Back when they had that show called China Beach, those were trauma cases, head cases where people came in with the head split open. They was in the army and had then went through a lot of, accidents, and in the war. They was in the war, so they were getting beat up bad. That's what I looked at trauma to be. I didn't look at trauma to be mental from being beat up. Well, I spent a great portion of my life surviving the bad things. And that's why I fought to get my way through. But now that I'm older, and I know God most of all, is who helped me to see that that's not who I really was. And it wasn't, because I was a bookworm. I love books, like to read. I would like to, I was liking to be the solver. I like solving problems. I don't like making problems. That's why sometimes if somebody do something to me in the restaurant or something, a lot of times I just let it slide until and not speak up about it, because I like peace. But now I see that peace, keeping your peace, means you got to speak up, even if it sounds like war. You got to still take up for yourself. So I told my granddaughter, I can't let these people turn me out from who I am. Then that would make me them, and I don't want to be them. They can do what they gotta do. I understand it now. When crooks and criminals and abusers tell you they have a job to do, the best thing you can understand is that they're on the job. And you know who gave them the assignment? Satan did. The devil gave them the assignment. You can cancel that assignment in the spirit. And you might still feel consequences in the physical. But if you cancel that thing out in the spirit, you can still keep your dignity, walk with your head up, don't be looking down. You can still act appropriately God's way. And you might not see it now, but that is the best feeling in the world, is when you can keep doing what God has given you to do, despite others not liking you for it. Or despite others picking on you because you're good at it. Just a world full of bullies. That's what we call them, bullies. But yeah, it's better to be late than to be ugly. I'm going to wear that shirt for you in a little bit. That shirt has so many meanings. But it's better to be late at learning who you are and what you're supposed to be doing in this life and what you mean to this world out here than to, most of all, what you mean to God. Better to be late than ugly than to never know who you are. That's why I don't get mad at these people. I see the ones who are doing things, and sometimes I do get upset. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like somebody playing pranks on you 24/7. No matter if you set a drink down, it's like somebody switches out the drink They'll give you a half a bottle instead of the full bottle that you know you just set down. They'll switch the color of your drinks. That's just an example of how things go. But I still have a job to do, and that's still to love people. I can't let them take that from me. My love for people. I was into hate things, and I wouldn't say hate crimes. I've never done a hate crime, but I have hated people before, and I know how that made me feel. That kept me from being free. I wouldn't go to certain stores because didn't want to admit it, but fearful that I'd see them. See the same person at that store that I don't like. So yeah, we've got to do better. Got to do better. At not becoming them, but becoming who God has made you to be. Don't become them. I know it hurts. It's uncomfortable. When I first started dealing with some true hate, it's heartbreaking now. I ain't gonna lie, it is. It's heartbreaking because you want to believe that the world is round and that everybody's on one accord, but everybody isn't. Oh, y'all gonna hear my air in here. I had to come in here to get my clothing. Anyways, I'm getting ready for the game. I'm just about ready. Just gotta change into a shirt. And then I'm gonna be ready to go. Now I want y'all to know before I go, I do TikTok showcasing. Over on TikTok, I have a shop. If you go over there, some of the items that you see me wearing and talking about is over there in that TikTok showcase. One of the shirts I am going to be wearing today is from teastoyourdoor.com. Teastoyourdoor.com, shouting them out. Yeah. And I'm wearing their pink shirt that says better late. No, it said guest check. Better late than ugly. Thank you. Come again. That's what it says. It's almost time for me to be going. I'm going to try to get a few pictures in this shirt before I go. I don't know. But these are the best feeling t-shirts. And they're just real comfortable. They real comfortable. Comes in all kind of colors. And I'm going to be showcasing this one in a few minutes. What did I just wasted some lotion on my leg. Ooh. Oh, here lately I have been having to take my asthma pump a little bit more. Don't like that feeling. Alright, so peace, love, and happiness. Just keep in mind that when people come at you hatefully, it's because they want that reaction out of you. They want you to be ugly too. They want you to hate people too because they don't have peace. And that's the one thing I have to keep remembering as I go through what I go through in life is that I don't want to be ugly like that. I don't care how far they're pushing. That's not my style. That's not my MO. I'm not going to let somebody create a monster in me. And you have that power and choice too, not to let people create a monster in you. Don't let them make you a monster. I don't care how bad they are to you. You stay true and genuine to your faith in God. Eventually, you're going to learn how to deal with it. You will. You'll learn how to deal with it. And you'll learn how to speak on certain things and be quiet about certain things. Sometimes it just pays to be quiet. Don't say nothing. Because, see, there's some people waiting on... Lord, I done got started back up. This thought just came back into me. Because there's some people waiting on you to speak up on your situation so they know how to use it against you. We don't want you in that position. We don't want you around those people. Those people are instigators. Those people are spectators who are expecting the worst for you. So there's a time to speak and there's a time when you got to be quiet. And as bad as you want to speak, if the Holy Ghost ain't told you to speak, be quiet. Be quiet. Ooh, that water felt good going down. So yeah, I gotta go find some makeup to put on. I got to find something to put on here. What did I do with my lights? I'm gonna put on that much. All right, I'm gonna let you good people go on this afternoon. Keep your faith in God. Peace, love, happiness, again.